Hey guys, it's Rhonda, and in this video, we are just going to do a pretty quick rundown on Artistly. There are a lot of different features in here, uh, but that, if I went over every last one of them today, it would seriously make this video well over an hour long. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to focus on the main features today, and then over the next few weeks, I'm going to do a bunch of smaller bite-sized videos that highlight each a different individual feature in each video. Okay, so let's get started right away. We'll jump right in here. I am on the dashboard of Artistly 4.0. Now, Artistly is an AI image generator, plus it has a lot of other editing tools as well. It is currently a one-time purchase, which is pretty darn amazing. So you pay once and then you're done. There's no monthly subscription fees or anything like that. Now, I purchased this probably a year and a half ago, I think, maybe closer to 2 years, and it wasn't all that great. So I kind of just stuck it on the back burner and let it go. But recently, they've been adding a lot of new features and they've been updating it, and it's starting to become uh, a platform that you might want to look at. It's really not bad anymore. So here on the dashboard, you will see first of all a Artistly demo, so you could watch that if you want. As you scroll down, there's news and updates, and then there is a list of other products that the developers of Artistly also produce and have available. And then there's some new features, your Artistly tutorials here, and they also have a Facebook page or Facebook group that you can join. And then here is again new features that they list at the bottom here. Okay, so I'm just going to click on Create Design to start out. We are not going to be going into Fast AI Image Designer today. All right, I'll click in there real quick and just show you. There is a bunch of different things up top here, and this is what I'm talking about. I will be going through all of this stuff um, one by one, because here we have Perfect Text and Hands Designer, and there's a ton of different options there. AI Art Illustrator, and again, there's a bunch of information in there. Train your own AI, consistent characters, design agents. Here's where you can design coloring books, t-shirts, YouTube thumbnails, storybooks for kids, book covers, seamless patterns. There's just a ton. AI portraits, upscaler, mock-up creator, product images, and this is where your personal designs are stored. And then there's community designs that you can browse through and use. So I'm going to go back to the dashboard. I'm going to click on Create a Design, and I'm going to go to Advanced AI Image Designer. Now, in Advanced, you're going to find a lot of the same tools that I just highlighted for you in the last section, but these are so nice. So once you're in here in the advanced, you're going to see templates here, similar to what you would find in like Canva that you can use to create different things. Over here would be recent projects that you did. So I'm just going to click on Start Creating, and I'm going to name this Artistly Rundown. Okay, and I'm just going to leave it at the square 1080 by 1080. You can give this custom sizes down here at the bottom. So if you are doing, what the heck, I'll just do it 5,000 by 5,000 like I would normally do it when I am creating clip art. Okay, so here is my blank canvas. And on the left here, we have different menu selections. We have templates that you can use, your media library, text, so you can add text to a design, your product influencer. Now, this is something we probably won't use much, but I will go through this feature in a later video. Then we have our AI designer, shapes, and your settings for this particular canvas. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to change the background on my canvas just a little bit. That way, when we are doing things like background removal and stuff, it is more apparent to you, you know, that the background has been removed. So we're just going to go over here to the AI designer to start off, and I'm going to come over here to my prompt, my creative AI prompt library, and I'm going to grab a prompt. And I'm just going to grab this one for these red, white, and blue patriotic Crocs. And let's see what we get. All right, this is done. It generated it over here. And to add it to your canvas, you just click on the image. And that came out really nice. That is a really nice croc. I like that. So along the top here, you're going to see other tools, custom consistent character, upscaler, stylizer, instant scene, text editor. This works similar to Canva, where if you have an image that the text is messed up on, you hit text editor and it will find it and you can repair it. Then we have object remover, merch magic. This is more for people who are selling products. So I'm not really going to touch on that today. I'll do that in a different video. We have smart expand, crop, background remover, in painting, face swapper. Again, that will be saved for a different video, and your layers. So in this, I am going to remove the background on this croc, and it pops it back up over here, and I'm just going to click remove background, and it'll take just a second for that to complete, and it's done. So what I'm going to do now is you click on that image and it will replace the old one on your canvas. So now you can see that the background has been removed and it's really done a pretty nice job. Let me zoom in a little so you can see a tiny bit better, hopefully. And that did a really, really good job of removing the background on this croc. All right, so now let's say we want to play around a little bit. We can come up here and we can say this croc sitting on a park bench. Yeah, sitting on a picnic table bench with a wet swim towel. Okay, and we'll just hit processing, and what it will do is it will take this croc and put it in a different scene. Now, obviously, this works better for uh, images. Wow, okay, that did not do what it was supposed to. I mean, there's our croc, but it gave us another croc too. That is not what I was expecting. And that's because we're using a shoe. I mean, this is the type of uh, thing that works way better with characters. So I'll come back to this one. I should have not used a shoe. All right, so then we can do upscaler. If you want AI stylizer, this is where you can upload an image file and it will stylize. Nope, that one's too big. You do have to make sure the images are less than 2 MB. Let's try. Nope, that one's going to be too big too. I don't have a lot in here that are that small. So let me just look. Let's do this. It's going to just make things really weird, but whatever. We are just doing it for fun, just so you can see that you can stylize the image. Think of it as a SREF code in Midjourney or, style reference image in Midjourney, we can do the same thing there too. So let's take a look. Okay, that's done. And now I'm just going to click on that image and you see it changed the style of the croc to more that watercolor and with those the same style as the sunflowers in that jar, which is fine. There's nothing wrong with that. That looks pretty good too. So I'm just going to hit back again and we're going to get back here. And now we're going to do instant scene and I'm going to put manual replace and I am just going to put on a sunny beach on the water's edge. And what this will do is it will replace the background and give us an entire scene that goes in the style I requested, the sunny beach on the water's edge. So let's see what we get here. Okay, and over here we have the croc on the beach. And again, this croc is just not the optimal image to be using for this kind of stuff. So let me go back over here. I am not at all happy with what we're looking at here. Okay, so I'm going to grab this chibi girl and we're going to get rid of this. And we're going to paste that in here and we're going to generate that cute little girl. Then we're going to go over a couple of these other features. I should have used a better prompt to start with. I just wanted to show you that, it is creating some very nice images. And there is a lot you can do here. Okay, so here is our little chibi girl. Let's first of all remove the background right away. All right, replace that. Okay, so now let's go to consistent character. And let's write this cartoon girl riding a bicycle. All right, and let's click on that. I'm going to make this a little smaller because when I am done, I want to bring the other image over here onto the canvas so you can see her. Oh, it did make it, took away from her. That's okay. But you can see the face is pretty similar, not to that one, but to the one we did create earlier. Let's go back here to our media library. Okay, let's make her a little smaller and let's bring that image in. And now if you look at them side by side, you can see that the characters are very similar and we were able to do that just by using the consistent character here. So you can do this and change up, what the character is doing. And we can remove the background on this image now. So you could make an entire like bundle of the same chibi character girl and, create a whole little bundle of her. So that's really cute. All right, so now let's do this. Okay, now let's take this scene, instant scene, and let's do a digital illustration of a city street building in the background covered in bright graffiti. Okay, and let's hit replace background. Okay, and here is our image now. We have that background with the graffiti, and that looks pretty cool. And it changed her to match that style as well. Okay, so now we can also do in painting. If there's something in here or there's something that we want to add, like let's say we want to add, let's do a golden baseball cap. And we just hit generate and it will add uh, whatever it is that we wanted it to include in the image. All right, there it is. And that's not the greatest, but you can regenerate. Let's do this. Cute digital illustration of a baseball cap. All right, and add that. Okay, and there's our baseball cap. And all we have to do is click on the image, and that will add that to our uh, canvas. Okay, and we can also remove objects. Say we don't like a baseball cap here. Just wipe over it, click remove, and it removes that. So let's click on that, put that in our canvas, and let's see what else we have here. The face swapper, things like that, that's going to wait. Let's do smart expand. We want to make this a 16 by 9 image, and we just want to click resize. And it is going to make this a 16 by 9, and it's going to fill it in for us with our background. Okay, and right here. And now you see we have the wider image with the matching background. It just expanded it. All right, so that's how that works. We can, there is no text to really grab in this, so that we can't really go over. Let me grab an image though that we can. So let's go back over here to our media library. Let me delete that. Let me go through my library and grab an image that has text. All right. So this butterfly I did the other day, and let's say the text did not come out right. So all I'm going to do is hit grab text, and it's looking over the image. Okay, and it only picked part of it for some reason. I don't know why. So what I would do is I would come in here and I would erase this area here. And it happens, nothing is perfect, but it did grab some of the text for us. Even Canva does that sometimes. It'll only grab part of the text and it makes me crazy. But there are easy ways to fix that. Okay, so we can add that. And then let's grab this text here. Let's bring it to the front. Whoops. Let's put this back. Let's grab our text and we can bring this down here and we can do be beautiful and can center it and we can change the font. Let's go with, whoops. Let's go with that one and we can make it larger. And there's just different things you can do in here now. So you could save this way if you wanted. You can change the color of the text, um, just like that. And there you go. You have different text. All right. So that's another option we have in here, which I like. let me go through here. And so now I think what I'm going to do is I'm just going to generate a few images for you so you can see um, what type of image quality you're getting when you generate in uh, Artistly now. So I'm going to take this grandma one and I'm going to paste that in there. We're going to generate her. And then I'm going to grab a couple more prompts. I'm going to grab one of these brushstroke ones, and we'll see how these all come out. Alrighty, and here's Grandma. She looks pretty good. I like that. That actually looks really nice. Okay, so let's go back to the generator. Let's paste in that brushstroke design. That really came out nicely. It's kind of cute. So while we're waiting for that one to generate, let's come grab another. Let's do one with text in it to see how text works. I mean, this one has text and it's not perfect. So, but let's get rid of Grandma. Here is our brushstroke. That's kind of cool how it did that. I actually kind of like that with the record players and everything looks like they're sitting on shelves. So that doesn't look bad. Let's go down here and paste in that World's Greatest Fisherman one for Dad. See how that comes out. And then I will come over here and grab a different let's do holidays, florals. Let's look at some florals, see how it does on those. Let's take this one, our floral arrangement, butterflies. Okay, here we go. World's Greatest Dad. Now, it didn't do that perfectly, but remember, let's try this. Hopefully it will grab our text so we can fix this greatest part here. All right, let's try that out quick. All right, so it did. It grabbed all the text in here, so we are able to fix this greatest. Let's make that a little bigger, put that right in the center there. Let's change the font to that. And I think that one should get that font. And then down here, we can bring that to the center and change the font on, oops, change the font on this one too. And there you go. That was easy to fix. And we can save the changes. And now that design is fixed and ready to use. So that wasn't bad at all. Okay, so let's do, I don't even know what I have next. Oh, the flowers. We're doing a flower design. We'll take a look at these and how nicely they come out. Alrighty, and here are our roses, our dripping roses. That looks really nice too. I like that. These are definitely images that are nice enough that can be used in designs. I am really impressed. Let's do this one. This is a whimsical, it's like whimsical prompt here. So let's see how it does that. Alrighty, and that's done. Let's click on that one, and that is adorable. All right, so let's come up here to the instant scene on this one, and let's take this in a really crazy direction. This is such a cute I'm going to do eerie, misty mountains in the background and see what this does. I just think it's going to be so different than what we are looking at here with this happy, whimsical looking design. What are we doing to it by asking Artistly to put eerie and misty mountains in the background? All right, so let's give that a second. Okay, so let's take a look here. There we go. Look, it darkened everything up. It gave us our misty, creepy mountains in the background. But now this sunshine just doesn't fit. So let's come in here to Object Remover and get rid of that sun. Hit Remove. Okay, and it got rid of that sun. So let's click on that. Now let's say I think this needs a grumpy gnome in the doorway. Let's generate that. All right, and it gave us our grumpy gnome. So we went from a really cheery looking little house here to a pretty uh, eerie looking design in just a couple clicks, and I just think that's really cute. Now, obviously you're not going to always use it for something like this, but there are a lot of different options in here that you can do. All right. So this is just a quick rundown on Artistly, and it in itself has taken almost a half an hour. So I will start doing small bite-sized videos where we go through each feature all by itself. They'll be, probably 3, 6, 10 minutes long, and then you can just check those out whenever you want. So I hope this overview was helpful. I hope it's helped you decide whether Artistly might be for you or not. And if you have any questions, just let me know, and I will try and answer them as best I can. So have a great day, and I'll see you guys next time.